It's just that when I smoke, I think, and I'm always smoking. What if I was born white instead of black? Would Caucasians still talk shit behind my back? Would I jack, pack a pistol, or ever sell crack? Attack an enemy, or walk laps around the track? How would I act if one time cut me extra slack? Would I still blow my dough or be disciplined and stack? I wonder, what type of roof would I live under? My moms and pops together or my family asunder? Most likely, be close to the ones that's most likely. Spiky flat tops that dislike Spike Lee. The fact of the matter, the blacker the batter. The fatter the penis with that yak in the bladder. Would I be humble, but still wild and ready to rumble? Crumble chronic and guzzle yak till I stumble. If an if was a fifth, I could knock it down swift. And that ain't an if or a myth. But what if, what if? What if Pops would've never copped that house for sale, and instead bought one with a Damu's dwell? I can tell, I just know myself too well. I be still banged out, giving keyways hell. When I fail with the big homies coming post bail, and Michelle, will she still be in the Norville or my mail? Would I still prevail in them shootouts and love to smell the discharged shells? I bet I'd still be a ride on the set, squabbing, can't stand to see the homies on the wet. Whacked out, looped up so much he black out. Would I ride in a county jail ride or track out? Hit the blood module or walk the main line? Claim mine with tattoos, throwing up gang signs. What if Pac would've never fell in love with a Glock? Would we still had these thugs that bang from no block? What if? And then what if Eve would've never been deceived? But we still rob and kill, fornicate and thieve. I believe it'd be perfect with no purpose to grieve. Some say that I'm a dreamer and a little bit naive. What if I didn't have such a gorgeous gift? Would I have to lift boxes on the graveyard shift? Would the war be so wicked with war? And then would niggas get to hang that couldn't kick it before? Would Bin Laden had a been rotten? Still hot and plotting, Armageddon on this modern day sodden? Not in a million years could we predict the pleasure. If a man didn't think with his dick, perhaps we'd be living in a world without straps, claps and kidnaps, no gangster raps. And that's the only thing that make me think twice about if being switched, cause I do it so nice. What if? Nigga don't control none of this shit. That's what if though. I've been through a few storms, but I always knew Emmanuel would see me through. He always do. It get more hard to cry every day go by. I ain't gon' lie, that's why I stay so high. I'm an artist, working at perfecting his pictures, drinking liquor when I should be searching the scriptures. I keep a lone chrome. I ain't trying to get my dome blown while I get my dome blown. I was homegrown. Mama may have and Papa may got, but I'm a man, I can't just stay at they spot. You sitting on your ass, saying you wishing you had it. I'm at my kid's school paying tuition. They say it take a village to raise them from a knee high, or drop them off and let them go live with Eli. Put food on the table, I ain't looking for help. I can bring home the bacon and cook it myself.
Was born alone to die alone, cause I'm homegrown. God bless the child that can hold his own.
worries that she already carried. Mom's had me by a man that was already married. That's the circumstances into which I fell. Father Abraham ain't lived with Ishmael. Keep my balance through the troubles I challenge. Such a faithful steward, always gotta double my talents. That's why I go so hard to see my whole 9 yards. Lost time, the LOC did more than 4 behind bars. I said it, I did it. I'm breaded, I get it, I'm with it. I'm a prophet, they just scared to admit it. I was born alone to die alone. I get high alone, and ain't nothing like your own when you buy a home. Rolling Stone might see me in Miami. No Grammy, but I'm eating and feeding my family. Made a mess. Seen so many die for less, you call it luck. Why can't it just be I'm blessed?
Was born alone to die alone, cause I'm homegrown, God bless the child. Back in home zone. Was born alone to die alone, cause I'm homegrown, God bless the child. Back in home zone. Was born alone to die alone, cause I'm homegrown, God bless the child. Back in home zone. Was born alone to die alone, cause I'm homegrown, God bless the child. Back in home zone.
Can God bless a young nigga when he's obsessed with making money and murder in the process? I confess I'm dirty and dishonest. Listen to my flesh and ignore my conscience. The way I was raised ain't nothing like I am these days. 10 years ago they said I was going through a phase, but amazed a nigga ain't changed his ways. I still smokes and drinks and thinks that crime pays. The lust of the flesh got me brushing with death. I hustle too much to ever suffer the stress of being broke. I'm banged out, fuck trying to hang out, slang out the back door. I smoking my brains out, accustomed to busting, put trust into nothing but dollars and cents with dishonest attempts to make more and take more. Make no mistakes though, I'm sick in the head and I lick for the bread.
Was born alone to die alone, cause I'm homegrown, God bless the child. Back in home zone. Was born alone to die alone, cause I'm homegrown, God bless the child. Back in home zone. Was born alone to die alone, cause I'm homegrown, God bless the child. Back in home zone. Was born alone to die alone, cause I'm homegrown, God bless the child. Back in home zone.
Getting hard trying to live in this land, Lord. I'm sick of paying rent, I wanna be the landlord. Not too many children in my section 8 last night. Lights out, they on section 8. We get constipated from that government cheese. Paying taxes, steady get a government cheese. Don't nothing change no matter who we vote for. So why waste time even going to try to vote for? When you grind so hard, you supposed to see profit. Why we so broke? We supposed to be prophets. We never had a choice on coming to America. I feel something real bad is coming to America. I don't write the mayor, they say I got a right to, but I don't even know where a nigga supposed to write to. I keep my chest up and head to the sky until the day I burn or head to the sky.
Good days, and there was many bad days. Lord, I've had hills to climb and sleepless nights, but when I look around and see what you've done for me, I say thank you, Lord, and I won't complain. Yeah, no.
I'm no devil, I know that I'm God's son, but I still smoke weed with my godson. And even though they say the woman is the backbone, we just wanna see them laying on their backbone. Thumb through the word, but you know what's confusing? Between the experts, it's so much confusion. I want it all, for all that I care about. I want a ball, that's all that I care about. Travel 50 states, broke 48 laws. Ran across a book called 48 Laws. Some say it's bad, some say it's a good book. I say it ain't got nothing on the good book. I ain't tripping on going to the motherland. On the other hand, I like to buy my motherland. What price can we all get peaceful? Stay at war and swear that we peaceful.
Many good days and bad days. I've had some hills to climb and Lord, sleepless nights. When I look around and see what you've done for me, I say thank you, Lord. I won't complain.
What's wrong? Can't we all get get along, wanna buy a home, but can't get along. I'm trying to stay focused and write the right rhymes, cause these days everybody write rhymes. Went to the rehab, hooked on morphine. It seems he came out even more fiend. Don't wanna see cuz die or blood bleed. We all lose every time black blood bleed. Holla Hail Mary, a light no candle, but I'm still trying to handle what I can do. I go hard for what I need, so it's ample. Watch me, you won't need no example. Crucial situation, my life in a crisis. Need to trade my life in for crisis. Please forgive me for what I did last night. I don't know, this might be my last night.
Nigga in that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
I'm here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
You are now in the black box with the homie Spider Low, the most eastiest. Facts over feelings, keeping it a Google Plex. Feel my campaign.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loc is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
I can't think without a whole zone. It's almost gone, but don't think about the ozone. I ain't ate all day, but I'm so blown. Tell the DJ to throw on a slow song. My life is what the po-po press for. South Central is so stressful. In the city of the bombest herbs. The only way to loc know the calmest nerves. Females say I'm a conceited nothing. No good, only call when in need of something. It's a thin line between the love and the lust. Should never have young cuz in the cuffs. Gotta be cool with them first advances. Working in these uncertain circumstances. Fake ballin' had you broke with a buzz. Pump your brakes, come smoke one with us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us. I get high as the heights that I'm reaching to. Put a few in the air for Big Meech and Blue. Grind hard through the middle of the night. Shit, I might see a little of the light. I never sleep, barely get some rest. I swallow my blood before I hit some stress. Roscoe's on the east, a hit to west for jacks. Pockets fat, I just hit for racks. Yeah, that's where I can get some clothes at too. It's already 1 and it close at 2. Fast lane, ballin' out, racing the range. Gangbanger, all about chasing the change. I'm icy, judge and the jury. Ain't trying to see the judge and the jury. Eastie, represent the E&S, but I still Baymac like BMF. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us.
Come on,
Come smoke one with us.
come on.
And we can get high, y'all.
Yeah.
Never know
When we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Hustle, listen, come. Hey, look. Get money every day like it's no thing. Buy a zone of that cushion, smoke the whole thing. Rolled up deuces, carry 4-5. Off a half a gram of kush, but we so high. South Central where they murder with no alibi. Do walk-ups and don't respect drive-bys. We some young killers, still some fly guys. Neighborhood near Bustle and SPI. We rich roller coaster cribbing, that's our lifestyle. And that explains why my neck and wrist iced out. Smoke big blunts, and ride luxury. A nigga beat his bitch up cause she was fucking me. And then I beat the pussy up and told her it'll be alright, just tell me every time he mention me. Yeah, and that's just how it's meant to be. It's an in-hood thing, slaughter after century. Yeah,
and we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us.
come on,
Come smoke one with us.
come on.
And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all.
Come on,
come smoke one with us.
Come on,
come smoke one with us.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
With us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. This morning, come smoke one with us. Yeah, I know I still ain't got my shot tight how I want it, but we still gon' get it in. Oh, my mama, is my mic right? Cause I remember last time I had to fix it then. It's a wonderful Wednesday. What it do now? I ain't even got nothing to talk about. I'm gonna keep it a Google. The hunter say that Jay Prince video got the cyber queerdos mad. Oh my mama, I don't know what they mad about. You know what they mad about? Facts over feelings. We gonna keep it a Google. We know all that tough talk don't belong on the internet. Especially from nobody that's been around for so long, supposedly being so heavy in the game, deep in the game. Oh, he said it's Tuesday? Okay, talk about it Tuesday. Oh, my mama. And I really ain't got nothing to talk about. I just missed y'all. Miss Winter said Monday was a no-go. So because Winter said Monday was a no-go, I tapped in Tuesday, so it's a tap in Tuesday. That's what it is. What it do, Greg? Shout out to Greg. Roman Stewart had blessed the thing. The cash out too. Doing the intro. I appreciate you, Roman. Yeah, I ain't forgot the word of the day. Sometimes I holler at my good people before the word of the day. Oh, my mama. Oh, you here alone. You alone for the ride, bro. Incontrovertible, not open to question, indisputable. The way that I'm running this is incontrovertible, so don't remind me of the word of the day. No, I'm just with you. Oh, my mama. My name's Spotted Low, a.k.a. VJ Keyway, a.k.a. Bay Machiavelli. I be about my bait. Activity is a beautiful thing in the back box where we wake and bake. Usually be having a whole lot to talk about. This morning, actually, really ain't up on much. Shout out to a dope artist that I tapped in with. I really had a good plan to do some promo on my mama. I tapped into their media company. It's called YV. Cost to Smoke CDS. Good, Bad, or Ugly. They asked me to give a review of what I thought of their music, and before I listened to it, I committed myself to keep it to Google and give them a review, good, bad, or ugly. However, upon listening to the music, I was thoroughly surprised and impressed at the level of talent. He sent me a snippet. I tried to he let me know the record was monetized, so we knew that we was gonna run into some copyright issues. So we decided to try to go with a snippet within the allotted range of time, and just for me to post a link. But trying to download the snippet he sent me didn't have any success. I didn't try it until this morning, and when I sent him a message to inform him this morning, he wasn't able to get back at me in the time. So I'm gonna get down and I want to be able to play the snippet for y'all at a later date. But my boy 9-5 with a CDS, Cost to Smoke, he got a heater, Hustle and Flow. It's a dope record. You go on YouTube and check him out now. And leave some comments. Let him know that y'all came from the Wake and Bake Show. VJ Keyway sent you some dope music, man. I'm looking forward to hearing what else they got to come. King Spencer 9-5, Cost to Smoke, the YV Media Movement. They got a lot of things cracking right now. We gonna stay tapped in, try to keep y'all up to date on their latest. On my mama. Megalicious up in this thing. On my mama. What's happening, Detroit? Charles Smith. Carlito, what's happening, Whoop Boy? When you sticking to the script, it's a lonely road. Before they left the hoe and tanked the big homie told. He know the way this testimony hold. On that level 4, they gon' politic on the code. SPI Bank EC, for really though, I just stumbled across that grimy record with you and Mr. Criminal. That's hard. On my mama. Yeah, the session probably the safest way to go. Or you can go to a dispensary and ask those questions and get a safe. Probably wind up in a safe scenario. I would steer away from the streets unless I was heavily aware of who I was dealing with. On my mama, King Rich. Never bragging, matter of fact, get a Lord thanks. Avoid it, never getting rushed up in them court tanks. Gang of squabbles, win some, lose some, get packed out, get a pass depending on where you from. And amigos, everybody got those. Overlooked it when it's on with the vatos. Segregated, essays too deep to deal with. Back to back on black. That's whack on some real shit. It is what it is though. Turn nothing down. White, black, or brown when my turn come around. Claim the 90s with my banged up crimies. Came up grimy, trying to put it all behind me. I knew that verse. Oh, my mama. Yeah, that was me and Mr. Criminal. Second time putting one down. The first one was no, I didn't watch Jadakiss versus Fab last night. I bet that was fun to watch. Jadakiss versus Fab. They have for long been two people who have accepted and pretty much been designated by hip-hop to kind of occupy a similar lane. I think they even had a mixtape that came out together, Jason vs. Freddie. And I like the fact as competitive as hip-hop is and how similar the position that the both of them perhaps hold down, or the title that they both are probably right there grasping for, whatever we would call it, is so similar. I appreciate the way they're able to keep it player, cooperate with each other, collaborate and cooperate and create together. It's not like they was from the same camp,
But you gotta respect the way Fab and Jada deal with the pressure of such a competitive sport or industry, and be able to come together and play off of each other and help one another shine instead of shying away from it. A lot of times in the past, when artists have such similar skill sets, and even though they're quite similar, they're quite different. Fabulous a little more on the fly side, Jada a little more on the grimy side, even though they similar a lot. You know what I'm saying? They both super dope. Shout out to Fab and Jada. I know both them cats, both at the top of the MC list for our generation. So I bet they battle was dope. They both got a lot of commercial records. I would just assume that Fab's commercial records run a little deeper, so it seems like them battles be about hits, not just records that we love. I know the lighting ain't right, y'all, either. Mine ain't right, my ratio, can't see the shirt. I'm gonna get it together. Good looking, Megalicious on my mama. You and May smashed that I Don't Know Officer record. Hood looking. I mean, you know, May's flow is tight, and he's a dope lyricist, but I don't think he really stayed on the concept too well. You know, he had a couple of lines that kind of like locked in with what the record was about, but I think he kind of went on a little too flossy on my mama. But that's just Mace. And then he was caught up in a scenario where identity wasn't the most identifiable thing for Mace at that time. Although I appreciated the experience of meeting, knowing, working, and functioning with Mace, because a lot of the contradictory things we've seen in his character as far as hip-hop preaching, I experienced in my life a long time before any sense of fame was attached to my name. Raised in the church with the skills and the gift set of a speaker, I was often directed toward a lifestyle and a career in ministry of preaching, just because of my obvious skill set, and that's what the general people in the circle where I was raised thought was God plan for me, and I attempted to even fulfill that. Never to the satisfaction of my soul. I could never find a comfort level actually living in that manner. But when I actually met Mace and saw what he went through in front of the whole world, I know, as hypocritical and it may seem to everybody and as critical they would like to be of him, I was aware of how much courage it took to even stand on both sides of that pendulum. And then being around him, just realizing how down to earth he is. A lot of times when you brainwashed with religious ideas and concepts and doctrines, and you are at the same time a spiritual person, you have no idea when and where, or that there is even a need to separate your religion from your spirituality. And, you know, I don't judge Mace by any of the hypocritical standards that the average person may do, because I understand about different times in life, different understandings in life, and not being fully aware of what it is that you even believe, you know, because a lot of times your beliefs are given to you. On my mama, Flint up in here, on my mama, UG, seize up. Hit the like for the low. Y'all know I don't be on that a lot, but I be intending to be more on it because I realize it matters if you hit the like. The like for the low. I had meant to get to this a moment ago just because somebody said, when you sticking to the script, it's a lonely road. Neighborhood. You see off the low PP.
Exclusive. This is JP Banks Music. Black Box Productions.
When you're sticking to the script, it's a lonely road. Before they left the hole tank, the big homie told.
He know the way this testimony hold. On that low 4, they gon' politic on him cold. SPI Bank EC for really though. Used to really go, ask my nigga Chili Mo. Had a cold gun game, crazy knuckle up. Bust on enemies with baby double up. Back and forth with the main streets on 98. Q9 cell, me and Lil Johnny Ray. Posted up on Colton with a big ratchet. Way before Lil Wayne threw on that snitch jacket. Walked to York with Slim Bag, what up Big Drac? Gave them back they L cuz you did that. Love my lokes even if we don't interact. Lil Mont, Baby Psych and Lil Black. EC. 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 EC.
SPI
EC.
exclusive.
EC. 97th Street, smack dead in the Middle East. Fuck the police for King Ron and Lil Reese. Tell the truth, SP3 never lack rhymes. Sometimes feel I might die behind my rap lines. We ain't in Malibu now, we in Maui. Baby Pie, EC, Bear, me and Wowie. Tico, Kiko, EC Red. Still can't believe Frankie and CC dead. Come to putting in work. Did more than a little dirt. Airbrush shirt. Big Milk, Lil Merc, Lil Box, Baby Ant, both souls, all the coops. First street to 24 when we call the troops. Lost a legend when we buried Bug. Coach love to the riders that carry cuz, never seen it coming. Was a little foul, still took heart though, my hat off to Lil Owl. EC. 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 EC.
Baymax business.
EC. Big Spider and Lil Spider both got an Ezel. Tiny Spider got 19, rest in peace, Ezel. Shouts to the females representing EC. The brownies to the quotas, rest in peace, TT. Big Tommy's son on the 7, that stay pops. Me and mine never bow down to J-Box. And that's the coldest cripper nigga ever met. Coldest cripper ever heard about, better yet. 33rd Neverary, only time a nigga ran. On the land, go ask my nigga Ran. ECG unit, came up a little show. Got told on by that nigga Lil Show. Went on TV, the homies did BT Ugly. Got love for Infinite and Lil EC Buzzy. For death though, that mean to my dying day. EC, that's all I've been trying to say. EC. 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 EC.
Black Box Production.
EC.
Hey, Shaquin, I appreciate you coming in, lighting up the screen. That is such a respectful way to enter someone's presence with a gift. I got a confession to make on my mama. Didn't plan on speaking on this at all. But, you know, fooling with this fire stick, only so many movies you can watch back to back. It didn't start off with, what was the first one? Watching Pluto. I got to watching some black reality shows yesterday. They old ones. Me and my daughter. Going through the fire stick, trying to find something that both of us could watch, me and Curtis. So the first one was K. Michelle, My Life. Oh my mama. Now prior to seeing K. Michelle, My Life, I've seen her on Dr. Phil discussing her botched behind surgery. And I've seen the passion and the dignity that she speaks about her whole experience, post the experience, and the advice that she gives to other women and young ladies. And I see how well put together she appears as she's giving her story and as she's making this plea to other young ladies to be extremely careful and to be mindful of all the implications when considering such a procedure. And I have to say, coming out on the other end, her message to others is commendable. You can do nothing but respect it.
And for a long time, that's all I had known because I've never watched K. Michelle in my life. But now that I see the show and I see how much she used to refer to her behind and use it as a tool to represent herself, y'all excuse me for being late, slow, and everything else y'all want to call me for this, but I didn't know K. Michelle was once upon a time a stripper. So it was like a marathon on what was the app, Pluto. I watch Pluto a lot because it just reminded me of Pluto. And he the one that plugged up my fire stick and all that on my mama. But I didn't know that she had made such a big deal bringing attention to her butt. And I didn't know she was a stripper. And I noticed on the show that it had, while they was filming her show, the botch was already cracking because she was very selective about what shots of her rear were allowed to go into the final edit. I believe she was very active in the editing process, or at least in reviewing what they considered final edits prior to them being released, and I believe she had a lot of say-so on what shots went out. You see, she often, when nobody else did, had like stretch bands on, but she would have things tied around her waist. And the few times that you do get a glimpse of what that derriere looked like, it was lopsided. So had I not heard her already be publicly vocal about her experience and what she went through, talked about how much pain she went through and what the doctors told her, and she basically expressed on Dr. Phil that she will never be fully recuperated from what she went through. And now that I see what she went through and see how lopsided that thing looked and how they were still trying to make it work and she was still bringing attention, I just wonder how much karma, or maybe not even karma. I just think that, like, we got to be satisfied with what it is that we are blessed with naturally. To go into a surgical procedure in order to enhance your looks just simply for superficial reasons, I just feel like, or I think that it is a fact that it is a risk not worth taking when we consider life something to love. And you know, every time you go under knife, there is never 100% chance that you're going to come out on the other side alive. You'll have to sign papers every time stating that there is a chance that you will lose your life in the surgery. So in order just to have your butt bigger, like, I think that in society, our females have really been ran amok on mentally if they feel like surgery is worth to have a different size derriere. I really don't get that. My mama, I remember going to a certain dispensary in Compton on Avalon for a long time. There was this cute little Hispanic chick in there, Latina chick. I don't know the exact word to describe her, but I know she was some type of Spanish-speaking young lady. And she was cute as could be. And she had a good energy, and she would come. She was a bud tender. And, you know, she would, like, motivate the flirtation every time you see her. And she knew how to flirt back with everybody, though. She was just a good bud tender. But every time she would turn around to go get your change, she would go from a 10 to a 2. Because she would just straight back, and she would wear the stretch pants and, like, the biker shorts only, exclusively. And I remember one day, bro, my mama, I get my little whoop. She turned around to go get the change and all that. I looked, she had the basketball buns. I'm like, whoa, it's a new day out here. Then you could tell when she turned around and was looking at me in my face, she was going to see if I was going to say something. That's so, I was too embarrassed to say something. But then I was like, I left there. This is how crazy it was and drastic. I was confused, thinking maybe I was confused. So I had mentioned it to somebody else that I know go to that dispensary. My boy T.Y., he was like, no, yeah, I thought I was tripping too. She put them basketballs back there. Oh, my mama, I don't get it. Like, and then another thing that I want to get the ladies a round of applause for. And I don't know if y'all deserve a round of applause or further investigation. But all the attention y'all been putting in the eyelashes lately make me think y'all knew this COVID mask situation was coming, because as far as beauty, you really have had to express yourself through your eyes only lately. And now the lashes have got a chance to really shine in the last few months. It's like y'all knew. How did y'all know to get your eye game together so cold? Because that was going to be the only way you really had to express any type of personality or beauty, through making yourself up, when you guys tend to pay attention to other, elements naturally. Here it is, out of nowhere, the eyelash industry just boom. It looks like an epidemic, and then here comes a pandemic to make it look like it wasn't a damn gimmick. Salute to the ladies for being up on that one way ahead of time, because y'all blew the head of mine. I didn't understand why y'all wore them all the time, but that's really dope to see a brand new industry created, to where just 10 years ago, you wouldn't think it was a good hustle to be selling lashes, but I am now a co-owner in a lash company myself, Winter's Minks, with my daughter. If you go look and see who I follow on Instagram, I only follow the companies that belong to me and mine. There's 3 companies: Baymax Streetwear, Baymax Clothing, and Winter's Mink. So ladies, if you got interest in the mink lashes, go check us out. We appreciate your support. And now more than ever, with the mask situation, I understand the implication of lashes, because I was bamboozled for the majority of the time that these lashes have been popular, but now they make a little sense. So mama.
Oh yeah. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag.
100,000 feel like something when you're thumbing through it. Done it when some would say one would be dumb to do it. Running circles round rappers on their last lap. PayPal perhaps. Ass cap the cash app. Ass app is how I expect the next direct deposit. Positivity love phone posits. Check the closet. To say we touching paper is an understatement. Underground label running late. Tell them run the payment. Executive decisions. Check the balance. Time to monetize the talents. I accept the challenge. Memory a crazy tune. 111 days. Local for my days. 97 ways.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag.
Unable to fake it. Fuck how they take it. Heard about the meeting, I was able to make it. Just sick of watching Sherm heads squabble each other, while the judge steady handing out lottery numbers. It go down year round, ain't gotta be summer. Life's a bitch and niggas never get apologies from her. Dumber, big and little homies frequently locking. Don't see no other options, that's the reason they flocking. SPI ain't the nigga, how you figure fat? Gift the gab, every gig get a bigger bag. Either name your price or it's appropriation. Finesse game, nigga nice with negotiations.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it.
97 ways we gon' live it. When my daughter got pregnant, she was staying with me. Her relationship started with my son-in-law while she was in high school without me having any idea, say so, just based on the way her mother parented. I was never consulted, informed after they caught themselves in a full-fledged relationship, to the point where I was challenged with having to deal with what already was. No chance to try to stop it, hinder it, if I thought that I might desire to. So from my traditional position and personality, people assumed a whole lot about how I would parent my daughter. However, when faced with the scenario, I would love my daughter to be as close to me as possible at all times. There was a point in her life in high school where she was living with me, and then her mother, good looking, IMA in the gym, God in the gym, good looking, fully, neighborhood nip, rest in peace. Both of my older daughters, Genesis and Curtis, were living with me while Curtis was in high school, Genesis in junior high. They were sharing a room, and then out of nowhere, their mother acquired a home where they could have their own room and a lot more space, nice home. And, you know, without a conversation between she and I, they were just out of my house. Boom, it was gone. So that was from then, and they never to return. So, you know, that's just how it was. It didn't stop us from being close, but it kind of allowed my daughter to grow up in her high school years and experience things that were kind of like out of my control, out of my knowledge, out of my sight. So by the time I was aware of this young man, they had a bond that was already established. So I was challenged with getting to know him and accept their scenario, to the point where while they were young adults, she was out of school. He graduated the year before she was living with me. And she came upon request to come stay with me in an environment that just, when you look at it, was far inferior to what her mother had. The home and the quality of it and just the look of it. A lot less space. And what everybody would imagine, a lot less freedom. Because from my understanding, this young man was already able to spend the night over there at her mother's house and all that. So when she came here, she like asked me for a curfew, but she already out of high school. So I'm like, 3 o'clock. She's like, Daddy, that's too much. That's too long. I'm like, well, shit. If that's too long, then, you know, just come in whenever, you know, mama. I didn't know what time to tell her. So I noticed the young dude getting up 1, 2 o'clock, leaving. And then I noticed sometime he was waking up at 4 and leaving. And I just thought about it. I'm like, man, this dude been spending the night over there. What kind of game am I playing? I just told him one day, bro, you ain't got to get up 4 in the morning, be catching the bus nowhere and all that. So it ended up, he and I basically were staying together. I pregnant on my watch. Pretty much can pinpoint the activity down to a date. And as much as a father want to protect his daughter from everything and wanted to be, I'm so glad I had that opportunity versus wondering, guessing what was the scenario, what was happening, how close her and this young man is. He and I have become extremely close. But, however, when she got pregnant, once again, it made sense for her to be in a bigger house, more space, and all that. So her mother expressed interest of her coming there. She want to help her, a woman. It makes sense to me too. I'm not gonna fight that. Like, so when she was about 3-4 months pregnant, she got on, went back to her mama's house. My granddaughter is now 5 months old. And they back with me without me asking, trying. They back where I would choose them to be, have them be. So, her, him, and her, my 2 ladies, and they man, and my junior, on my permanent roommates at the time. My youngest son, Curvell, he been here basically the whole pandemic. So we just been thugging it out. That's part of my joy. You know, Kermon come through, spend a few nights every blue moon. Riley come hang out. Genesis come through, hang out, cook, do my hair, watch a movie or two. Just be the Williams crew on my mama. They are a beautiful couple, man, and it's like gives me opportunity to appreciate black love, the ups and downs. I never could imagine being so much growner than the people in their 20s. It just gives us opportunity to love life, the whole process of it. The second will be laying my mama to rest. I do have the honor and the privilege of carrying her to her final resting place. I would have it no other way. As sad as it is, I still look at it as a beautiful thing. I find it, you know, I've shed my tears. I'm sure I would shed a few more, if not many more, but as much as there are tears of sorrow, there are tears of joy, because to reflect on what she was blessed to experience and what we were blessed to experience through her, I think it would do disservice to the whole legacy to be all torn up by it. Her actual children, I understand. To actually hear my mother utter the words, "I want my mommy and my daddy," kind of like tore my heart recently, because just talking to her on the phone in the spirit of what's going on caused me to reminisce on my grandfather, her father, who actually passed in like in the early 90s. And that's how long his wife outlived him. And I was just running down memory lane. And she was like, "I want my mommy and my daddy." We got off the phone. But I'm happy to have Curtis and Winter under the roof with me. Winter had to she exited the building on y'all behalf this morning, which I think I'm gonna go back to 8 to 9 because it fits in the schedule for they leave the house routinely in that hour for a certain activity. So I'm gonna go back to sticking to that hour so we can have some time alone, because in the morning she like to get loud and run the show on my mama. We just now buying walkers and introducing her to baby food and things like that. But she trying to talk hard. When I remember Riley, my daughter, my 8-year-old daughter, she didn't start really talking to around 3. And all that fake talking, just making some words and sounds, act like you putting sentences together, was like right before that. It seemed like Winter already trying to do all that on my mama. Yeah, time alone, just us, because these walls stands and she don't be going for it. We might relocate this whole situation soon. So ain't no might, maybe. It's a for sure. The space has to grow. Babies run the house on my mama. If you think about it, they run the world, because it's only them and what their future holds that's going to cause everything to continue sufficiently for life to sustain itself. So I have I won't say good, because I have a different perspective on parenting than what typically I run across from others. Right? As parents, we often take so much ownership of our children to the sense where we tend to direct them more than I think necessary or intended by nature. I think the next is more of the leader than what is. Even with technology, which mimics life in any industry, what is now and to come is more pertinent as far as preserving it in interest and being excited about it than what is. But a lot of times most times we get caught up in what we've experienced and what we've established, and especially the positives, we attempt to limit our children's experiences to those of ours, not realizing leaving their options open might take the whole unit to a level that none of us have even imagined. You know, it's certain things hidden. That's why I don't just shit on the Bible like it ain't no good, because there are jewels hidden amongst all type of literature. And in the Bible, it even tell you that the children will lead them out of the mouths of babes. I learned so much by listening to my children. Simple, important things that I've overlooked eons and eons of times, dealing with the same scenario. I've approached it a certain way. And then my child, analyzing that same scenario for the very first time, will come up with a, have you ever thought of this? That blows my mind. And I would say, no, I cannot believe I have analyzed this so extensively and have never thought of that. And that is the exact key thing to think of to rectify the situation. The only example that's coming to my mind at the moment is how this camera scenario played out. But there are others, because I can recall recently saying that's just like the camera to my junior. How I've purchased multiple cameras. I've purchased capture cards. I've purchased applications that would allow me to use my iPhone in order to get a better scenario out of the camera that was on my laptop. And I've done all these things over a period of months that stretched into a year, maybe even 2 years, trying to get a sharper shot for y'all. And then my 13-year-old son walked by one day and sees me tussling with some extra. He asks me what I'm doing. I tell him I'm trying to make this app work for the camera. Whoop, whoop. Then he like passed me one more time, like, have you ever wiped the camera lens off of the laptop? And I'm like, nah, I haven't. He went and did it. And I mean, like, my picturing quality increased by like 60, 70%. He established exactly what I was desiring to establish by finding these other avenues of capturing the video. And I get that from my children so often. I got built-in secretaries. When you got 20-something-year-old children and 16-year-old children. I have a son that I've raised since he was 2 years old. He's 26 years old. He's quite efficient at everything he attempts to do in life. It's my new staff I hire within. On my mama, anything technical that I would need assistance in, anything IT as far as, I'm far from done, but sometimes the brain concentration it takes to just do an online application or handle any business online irritates me to death. And it's something typically that people that are CEOs outsource. And just not having a on hand assistant that I could just outsource to, they all get ghosts on me. They blow up on me. Big Crash blew up on me. Puto blew up on me. Their situations are too big to be on deck to do the day-to-day technical things for me that I have grown to rely on them to do, that I definitely need someone to do. And lo and behold, these, touching the screen on a regular basis with rapid repetitions, what our children do is natural. So anytime I need any type of forms filled out or anything, put the task on them. Anytime a field comes up that they can't quite complete without some extra knowledge, they can return to me. We get it cracking. Simple process. So each of the companies that I have established that I am in the process of staffing, I'm going to hire within. Got nephews and nieces also to add to the staff. Shout out to Young at the Lil Kyle. Gave my junior his first job. He had his first day yesterday. He worked 2 hours, got $25, just clean his shelf. That's my son. Anybody that slide through there, he looked like me, but he 13. Slightly, he lighter complexion. But if you could imagine me at 13, a little lighter with the waves. That's him in there with the mask and the gloves doing his job. So respect is requested on my mama. He ain't with nothing. He might look like a man or a young man. He ain't from nowhere. He ain't with nothing. He up there baymacking. Shout out to King Young for giving him the shot. Mama, that's to all the spook towns, the ATLs, everybody that run through there, anybody else. You catch that youngster there, that's me. My mama. Compton Criminals say the black box came a long way. It's a marathon, baby. On my mama, the marathon is a long way. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, because it wasn't even a black box. It was the window with the white walls. And then we went from, we didn't even know. We was ahead of our time too. Because before blackness was such a pertinent issue, we went into the black box. And what a better place to discuss issues of utter blackness than in the black box. On my mama, stay Bay Mac and stay dangerous. Good looking RL. On my mama, you always tapping in. I have 21% left on the laptop as far as power based on, usually when I do this, I'll be plugged in. But the scenario is so different right now, y'all don't even realize the only space I have to utilize is the space that you see. Usually a lot more space. So working on everything. At light, I would have to get up, look on the back of it to see the percentage. But I would imagine it's probably somewhere around the 22. So it ain't no need to be playing with it. I love y'all the way I love y'all. Y'all already know what it do. On my mama, it's about that time. Tim Garcia, if you in here asking me what I'm smoking on, you must be a new booty. It's all love though. Ain't nothing but OG for me though, OG. On my mama, we don't even ask the first name. That's been played out. If you don't realize they'll tell you anything on the first name, you late and slow to the game. You gotta know what your OG tastes like, and then, know what it look like and feel like. And then we blow OG on me.
My mom always says that I have an old soul. Whatever that means. She says that while other kids worry about toys, I worry about helping those in need. I guess that's true, but I still love toys too. I think what makes me different from other kids is that I'm Riley and they're not. The end.
Snake Wood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter LOC. I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that. Yeah, Neighborhood Net Hustle. Giving a shout out right now to SPI in the streets, my nigga Spotter LOC. Y'all already know what it is. Sauce Ned. Oh yeah, and don't forget to check my website out too. NipseyHustle.com.
Streets.net. Shout out my nigga SPI. Gotta get back in and do it again. My nigga
Tupac of my generation, Pac was highly intelligent, but in our culture, street culture, especially in his generation, intelligence was viewed as a form of weakness. How do you get the people that's really affected by, what we're trying to solve, involved?
Yeah. Family broken, so I stand with my niggas. Showed up to every shootout, but I ran for my feelings. No time for those, I got a plan to get millions. Whoever don't agree, I see you back at the buildings. That's why I never let y'all act like a victim. That's why I never let y'all kill my ambition. You weren't built for the mission. Park my cutlass in the back of the village. Remember Tony started washing them dishes. It was all a decision. Fast died, he took a part of me with him. Heart broken like my artery missing. Just fuck all of you niggas. Team broke, they can't harvest you, nigga. Swore shit, it got a heart to it, nigga.
I used to know you were gon' fold them. I used to know that I could count on you. All that pressure they bestowed on. Pray my son never face what I go through. Yeah. Get it, don't wear the crown right. And if it be feeling like what it sound like. Now my life is a struggle and it get worse, I ain't complaining about it. I just can't never feel the same about it. My life built on damage, can't understand it, can't call family, no. Got crossed by my closest, I ain't gon' show too much emotion, no. My low one call my phone, I pick her right away. I know I'm living wrong, but the right way. I was too busy trying to get heavy, I was lightweight. A lot of niggas that came in with me ain't on my side today. I been trying to leave with some of these songs in case I die today. Every time I need something lean on, I drink that spot away. So it don't feel how it feels to me. Cause I've been through it and it did what it did to me. I trusted you and that was big for me. This my little partner, you do that big for me. And I ain't never jumped in my feelings, I have. You for nothing when I fold them. I used to know that I could count on you. All that pressure they bestowed on. Pray my son never face what I go through. Yeah. Nigga, to get it, don't wear the crown right. And if it be feeling like what it sound like. Now my life was a struggle and it get worse, I ain't complaining about it. I just
Marathoning, making moves taken. The heartbreaking news made major breaking news. Nephews, nieces, siblings, seeds, they confused. Waking up shaking, aching, praying that it's April Fools. Chosen child from the now down, stakes is huge. Snakes and fakes straddling the gate, it's too late to choose. Through violent visions gave victory, paid your dues. Motivated, demonstrated elevated views. Truths don't die, we multiply. I ain't make the rules. Self-medicate, meditate, and celebrate the blues. Neighborhood, roller coaster, you can take the cruise. I'm good. Blue laces, suede Puma's favorite shoes. Jesus to the generations, you never say me on my babies. Most beautiful gift Puto ever gave me. For such a precious life, who decides price? I couldn't feel the slide twice, cuz they crucified Christ.
I used to know that I could count on you. All that pressure they bestowed on. Pray my son never face what I go through. Yeah. They get it on where they crown right. And every day be feeling like what it sound like. Now my life is a struggle and it get worse. I ain't complaining about it. I just can't never feel the same about it. My life built on damage, ain't understanding, can't call family, no. Got crossed by my closest, I ain't gon' show too much emotion, no. My little one call my phone, I pick her right away. I know I'm living wrong if it's the right way. I was too busy trying to get heavy, I was lightweight. A lot of niggas that came in with me ain't on my side today. I been trying to leave with some of these songs in case I die today. Every time I need something lean on, I drink that spot away. So it don't feel how it feels to me. Cause I've been through it and it did what it did to me. I trusted you and that was big for me. This my little partner, you do that big for me. And I ain't never jumped in my feelings, I have. You for nothing with my photo. I used to know that I could count on you. All that pressure they bestowed on. Pray my son never face what I go through.